feet flat, relaxed, closing your eyes, and I want you to just start taking some deep breaths in and exhale. Good. Inhaling and exhale. Good. Inhaling. Exhale. Just taking 4 more breaths, breathing in. Two more. Good. Now I want you just to breathe normally. I want you to have your unconscious mind identify the negative emotion that needs to be released today. Just letting your unconscious mind know that you are ready to release whatever negative emotion needs to be released today so that you're free of it and become consciously aware of it. It no longer serves you holding on to this negative emotion, whatever it may be, whether it's anger, fear, sadness, guilt, hurt, limiting belief, anxiety, whatever it is, just identify that now and let your unconscious mind know, getting permission. You're ready to release. Good. Now I want you to just ask your unconscious mind to get in touch with all of the emotions that are related to this negative emotion, including the root cause, the first event of this negative emotion, which when disconnected will allow it to release easily and effortlessly. Just going back there now to the point of entry, the root cause. Good. Now I want you to have your unconscious mind energetically activate all of the baggage that's related to this negative emotion, the root cause, just energetically activating everything. And I want you to just pay attention to when it starts to disappear. Good. Now I want you to just have your unconscious mind preserve all the positive learnings so that you can create new strategies for being who you want to be, doing what you want to do, and having everything you want to have. And now just bringing in the light. And healing up any tender spots that are made available by the removal of this negativity that was held in the emotions for so long. Good. And now I want you to take 2 deep breaths, breathing in and exhale. 1 more in. When you're you're ready, come back into the room and open your eyes. Only when you're ready. Did you guys hear that car, that horn? Cool. Okay. So how was that for everybody? Good? Awesome. And just so you know, that was a break state. There really wasn't a horn. Sometimes I'll say, do you smell popcorn? And people are like, no, am I supposed to? No, it's breaking state. Okay, cool. So principle 6, what did you guys think about that?
It gave me a lot of good ideas for how to set up better work habits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really want to do more script practice, but so I needed to have my script books out right in front when I start, in the morning. But not only that, I need to pick the scripts the night before, which ones I want to work on. So all I do is have it open to that. All I do is just sit down and do it. So, things like that, I need to make the things that I want to do a lot easier, and the things I don't want to do a lot harder. Like, I'm going to put all my yummy sweet snacks in the very back of the pantry, so it's a real hassle to get them.
Yes, 20 seconds away.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who else? Jason?
It's a huge paradigm shift for me, because if you follow the thought leaders I follow, like Jocko Willink, Jordan Peterson, Sam Harris, I'm into meditation and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I have found willpower to be like a muscle. The more I work it, the better I get at it. But it's a dichotomy, because this book has shown me my willpower does work like a battery, and it runs out on me. And so I thought I was getting stronger when I was actually getting weaker. I'm the guy who wakes up in the middle of the night to eat the cake after thinking about it for 8 hours. So I've got the willpower when I need it, but when I don't have my guard up, it completely goes away. So viewing it like a battery is a better metaphor, I think, and it's going to be more useful for me.
Cool. Who else wants to share?
I just want to tag on to that, because I know when I'm tired and my battery is low overall, the willpower battery is like shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyone else? Catherine, you look like you need to share something. No?
No.
Jennifer and Ariane look alike. They could be sisters, I think.
I know, right?
We actually work together.
Yeah. So what I find really cool is that he says creating a rule for yourself, right? So creating a rule to begin with, so that when you start this new habit, you've got a rule that you go by, right? And he doesn't even say that it has to stick. It's just to begin with, to create a rule. Like, for example, if you're going to start, intermittent fasting, there's it's by 5 o'clock, I won't have anything else to eat after 5, right? That's a rule that you set for yourself. It's the same with our lead generating. And I thought it was really cool, because some of you guys, I've even said, yeah, I'm wearing my workout clothes on, I'm wearing my workout clothes today because I'm going to go do body pump, or I'm going to work out. Like, I will literally coach in my workout clothes. You'll only see me from here up, so you don't see that I'm totally dressed in what I'm going to go work out in, and I was just doing that because I know myself. If I don't put it on, by the time I'm done, then I find excuses. But if I'm dressed, guess what? I have no excuse, because I usually leave, I go pick up my son, and then I'll go do my body pump at the gym. And I just found it interesting. I actually got that from James Clear's, Atomic Habits. Like putting the book beside your nightstand or on your pillow when you leave in the morning, so that when you get home, your book is on your pillow and you'll read it before you go to sleep. Well, he talks about taking the batteries out of the remote control, walking them 20 seconds away and putting the batteries from the remote control down and putting a book by the remote control, so that when the TV, he can't turn it on, he just picks the book up and starts reading because he wants to create that new habit. I thought, I was like, and then I really loved how he, I really loved that 20-second. And I loved the one client that he worked with where he hid the man's mailbox app or icon. He logged him out, deleted the password, so you know how you can do remember me and it saves it. He deleted it, deleted the cookies so it wouldn't remember the password, put it in a folder within a folder on his desktop so that he couldn't keep checking his emails. It took him too long to find where his inbox was. Or the guy who was the stock man who looked every 3 to 5 times an hour, taking that widget and hiding that widget within a folder, within a folder, within a folder. How can you, and it's funny because a client call with one of my clients today, he was like, I said, what's the one thing that is keeping you from making your calls? Because he keeps saying, I'm distracted. Okay, well, what's your distraction? Well, I'm getting emails or da 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 da. I said, okay. I said, huh. And then I coached based on that principle today. He's like, oh, that's a really good idea. So what if you were to, for those of all of us who find distractions, we were to say, okay, I'm going to put this principle, this 20-second rule into play. See how it's only until you create the habit. It's not taking it away forever. It's creating that habit of following what it is you're supposed to be doing so that you have no distractions. I mean, there are some, we hear some of the on the way other side of the spectrum where I've even heard where there's one agent, one remaker who will literally dress down into his underwear, give his clothes to his assistant and shut the door so he can't leave his office because he's just in his underwear. Yeah. And the assistant has his clothes and has been, instructed, do not give me back my clothes until until this time. So he's literally in there with only his cell phone and in his underwear.
So rather than a do not disturb sign on his door, he could put his pants on the doorknob and everybody knows, stay out.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the extreme. Really, I think that you guys have a little more willpower than having to strip down to nothing to keep you, lead generating. Yet, could you implement one of these techniques that he talks about in the 20-second rule? Creating, that you're not going to check your emails until after 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. So that way, whatever it is that you're doing, you're taking care of, or you're not going to check social media, or you're not going to, whatever it is that would distract you from doing what it is you got to do. Creating that rule and then doing the 20-second rule with it. What do you guys think that would do for you? Just not only in your business, but in your life. For those of you who are more health, want to improve your health or want to improve your finances, want to improve your business, whatever it is, share with me what you think how you would see the benefits of that.
I know in the past when I've been on top of my habits in a positive way, it's made me feel more empowered.
I agree. I feel accomplished at the end of the day when I'm able to do all of those things. I feel more proud of myself. I feel better than when I set a goal, kind of like you were saying, you know, you can't open social media until you do this. Well, so then I punish myself the other extreme. It's like, okay, so I don't do that. I don't get to do anything all day long. So I don't do anything. So that's kind of like I have to be careful with that, because then I'll go down the other path of, well, I didn't do that, so I don't get to do anything else. But the flip side of it is when I do accomplish all those things that I set out to do, I do feel fabulous.
So if I could tag onto that. So my kids always say, I was like, I didn't get anything done. I didn't work to, I didn't get anything done today. And they're like, Mom, you were in your office for 12 hours. What do you mean you didn't get anything done? And I try to explain to them, when I say I didn't get anything done, it means I didn't make my 10 phone calls. Because that's the only thing I was supposed to, that was the number one thing I was supposed to do, right? I was supposed to lead gen, make 10 calls, 15 calls, whatever it was. And so I go down that, I just keep not doing anything because I didn't do those things. So I joined Orange Theory Fitness 4 years ago, and it is like totally changed everything for me. You have to book your classes and you have to show up. And if you don't show up, they penalize you by charging you $12. You already pay a lot of money to be part of this gym and then you don't come. And I thought in the beginning, I'm going to hate this. I'm going to have to book my class. I'm going to have to show, you know, like I just thought I wouldn't like it. Totally changed my life. First, I was going at night. Then I said, 18 months ago, I'm going to start trying to go in the morning. And then I started going at 7:30 in the morning. And it just kind of, it's like what you guys already said, that how much more empowered you feel to do the next thing. And it's just like a domino effect, as opposed to like punishing myself, which I would do. It's the other way. I did the one thing that I didn't think I would do, and now I'm empowered.
Nice.
And Teresa, you also said last year, don't make 10 calls, make 4. I think it was 4. I mean, I can't say that I make the 4 calls every day, but I'm pretty good at staying in touch with my database. It's not always by phone calls, but I do stay in touch with people in lots of different ways. So I also am not like locking myself into that. It has to be a phone call. So
It's making a contact.
mhm.
Yeah, because and even he talks about it in the book, and we all know this. I mean, even before, you know, if we try to conquer the world in one day, we're not going to be able to, right? And so it's the same in our business. Yeah, heck, we all have the best intentions. Yeah, I'm going to make 20 calls. Woo, you know, bold is so awesome. I'm doing 100 a week. I'm going to keep doing that. Really? Let's get real. What is it that you would need to do in order to hit your numbers and do that? And then once you are doing that habitually and consistently, the key is being consistent. Then you can say, cool, let's add 2 more onto that, right? And celebrate the small victories. You know, that was one call that I even had with Jerica and Jason on our last call was, what's the one thing that you can accomplish and what you need to do? I mean, heck, if you saw the upstairs at my house, that's my boy's domain. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord, I'll ask Max, my youngest one, put your clothes away. I opened up the door, they're everywhere. I'm like, Max, how can you find anything? So, you know, and so it's like taking it little by little. Getting in there with that mess he has, there's no way. It's too overwhelming. So it's okay. We're going to go through and get rid of all the clothes that don't fit you. And that was the first step. And now it's organizing everything. Well, the clothes that do fit him, but putting each, you know, socks and underwear and shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, that sort of thing. Just really organizing it step by step until it's done, and then you feel so much better. It's the same thing in our businesses and even in our health and our finances. So what is one thing, and I want each of us to share, that we're going to put the 20-second rule into play, into effect? What's one thing that you're going to use this on? Anne Marie, we'll start with you.
So is it an advantage to having your name begin with A?
Well, you also happen to be right beside me in my squares.
I think the one thing that I can do is, again, is I get so many texts, and cleaning up my text is such a mess. I think just setting the phone aside for the first at least hour of my day so that I can set my plans and work my plans and not get caught up into other people's stress or joy, and just 1 hour in the morning, no phone. That'll
Okay.
be my rule.
So Ariane's writing this down.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Miss Catherine.
I know I was going to be next. My thing, and it goes back to the feeling empowered, is I have to begin my day, and part of, I think you and I've talked about this, I have to begin my day with either a workout or a walk. And I used
You
to,
have to,
Yeah,
I
too.
have to,
Want
because
to.
once I do that,
you choose or you want.
I both, I choose to.
Perfect.
But once I accomplish that, I feel unstoppable, and I feel like, okay, bring on the next. And from that, but what stopped me previously was, I think I set too strong of a goal of, okay, I have to do this by 6 a.m. Well, then if I didn't do it by 6 a.m., I felt defeated. I was like, well, I missed 6. Why bother? Instead of saying, okay, I missed 6, let's just get up and do it now. So if I set a more realistic time frame for myself, then I will make that my purpose. Once I accomplish that, like I said, I'll feel unstoppable and will continue. I'll have the energy I need to make the calls. I'll have the forward momentum that I need.
And right there was a really key word. I'll have the energy. He talks about energy activation, right? So the more energy it takes to do something, you're using that. So one great thing would be maybe do what he did, which is he slept with his workout clothes on until it became a routine.
Yeah, I saw that.
There, slept with them on. If you're gonna go that early, that's a great idea. Me, because I go in the afternoon, I usually put my workout outfit on and I coach in my workout clothes. Because there's no excuse for me not to. I'm ready to go. I just walk right out the door and I go.
Exactly.
So will you make a commitment to all of us? If you're going to do the 6:30 a.m., you'll start out by sleeping in your workout clothes
Yes, I will.
with your shoes right there. So when you wake up, you put them on and you're out. Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Antonia?
I'm going to take my yummy snacks that are always sugary, and I'm gonna put them up in my pantry in the highest shelf, where I actually have to get my stepladder to get them, in the back corner. I'm making the most difficult to get them.
What if you just threw them away and didn't get any more?
That's unrealistic. Set myself up for failure.
Okay. And so what is that going to do for you?
It's gonna, my energy level is gonna be so much more consistent and even. I'll sleep better. I won't be able to use it as a distraction, because lots of
Okay.
times I just, when I'm bored or need a distraction or I'm stressed, I'll just go get the snack, and it's, I think it's a medication in a sense, right? And it's really a hassle for me to get stuff, to get the stepladder and go through that whole process of getting stuff that's way in the back.
There you go.
Yeah.
20-second rule. And what rule are you gonna make with that as well?
What rule?
That to create a new habit, you create a rule with it. So let's say that you start to feel the urge because you're feeling a certain way. So maybe grabbing a glass of water or grabbing some blueberries. Something that's going to be closer for you, right? Than the 20-second away snacks. Does that make sense?
You know, I think that when I do it, it's some sort of emotional thing activates it, like stress or boredom or not wanting to do something. And I think that rather than plugging it up with food, even if it's healthy food, is just to take
A deep breath.
5 minutes or 2 minutes to just take a deep breath and just be quiet and kind of settle my mind. I think that
There you
that's
go.
what I really need instead.
Yep. So think about that. Think about what it is that you choose to do versus that. Okay. And make it harder for you, like how he put the book beside the remote control because he wanted to implement reading, a good habit. Makes sense?
Yeah,
It can be like
Yeah.
you used to take a deep breath
yeah.
and just sit for 1 minute and relax and clear your mind. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you choose?
I think that I'm gonna get up and go sit in one of my, I have a really comfy recliner chair I'm in right now. And
Okay.
just sit for 5 minutes. And
Okay.
I might try that. Because if I sit in my chair, I'm still gonna be at work. I'm still gonna be among the mess or whatever's going on at work.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Or go out, sit outside on the steps or something like that one. Just get away momentarily.
Nice. Diane?
I'm cutting out coffee and sugar for my health.
Okay.
Cutting out coffee will give me more time in the morning because I go in, make a coffee pot, sit down on the couch, turn the TV on for news and have a cup of coffee. Well, I'm going to eliminate that completely. So it'll give me more time in my day to do what I need to do in the morning and make my calls.
Cool.
And I'll feel better.
And so how are you going to, so you're going to create it to where it's like, it takes too much activation to do, like you're going to get your coffee 20 seconds away from you. Like,
Yeah.
how are you going to set that up?
Yeah, I'm not even going to go in and make the pot of coffee.
Okay. Cool. Jason? Can't hear you.
I've been thinking about this one. This might need to be taken a little bit more serious and given some more thought. So I'm going to come back to this exercise, but just a quick one. I set my alarm at night, and when I wake up in the morning, I strategically have like 10 different alarms that I can turn on. So technically I don't hit snooze. I just choose a new alarm to go off in 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just eliminating snooze altogether. That's not allowed. Whatever time I decide to get up when I go to bed, that's going down. End of story.
Nice. Very cool. Lori?
I don't have an answer, sorry. I'm trying to think, I think I'm going to have to be better to do a meal plan.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a couple of things, that I want to work on And I'm trying to do the opposite of instead of taking things away, adding things. But an idea for the snack cabinet is put a rubber band around it. With no doorknob, so that you can't get it open. I mean, you could get it open, right? But like for
But
me,
it-
I say I'm not gonna eat after 6 o'clock and then I forget. And then it's 7:30 and like I forget. So maybe put a rubber band on my hand. Like I do things like that, put a rubber band on my wrist and like, what is this rubber band here for? Why am I wearing this stupid thing? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to eat after 6 o'clock. But maybe put an alarm on the phone that says, like that beeps at 6 o'clock, that reminds me no more food after 6. But I don't plan my meals ahead of time. So that's something I need to do for that. So meal planning. And
That's a great idea.
and after Labor Day, I'm going to have like another one of my what do we call those? Like a little talk with Jesus. That where I'd start going to the gym at a little earlier at 6:15 or go to a different do something different because I need to start a little earlier in my day. A lot of times I end up really not getting on the computer but till 10 a.m., which I feel like, I mean, it's not that I'm not working and checking my phone, but I'm really not at the computer until 10 a.m., which all of us know that we should probably be at the computer by 8, right? 8:30. Like we just gain more hours if we start earlier. So that's gonna need to be my next one. I did a bunch of things like this in the past. I set a timer that on my iPhone that says what time I get a little thing that says it's time to get ready for bed at 10. It just comes up, it tells me that, and pretty much I'm always in bed by 10:30 now. It's not 100%, but it's more often than not. I set a timer on my Instagram and my Facebook, so after 15 minutes, it says, you've exhausted your 15 minutes, and you could choose to say you want another 15 minutes, but it's like, hey, you've been on here for 15 minutes, right? You shut it down, reminds you. So I think a lot about the timers on the phone, to be honest with you, because our phones are on us all the time, I think. But if for Arian writing something down, you could write down that I'm in a meal plan, and I'll and after Labor Day, I'm going to be at my computer an hour earlier.
Cool. I like the rubber band around the snack, if it takes you to like even maybe tying some string that you can't open, you
Yeah,
gotta.
I've got them on really high shelves too, that I have to get out a step stool or something to get them. I mean, I don't snack that much, so but I did that already in the past. So those are just some ideas for people and some other people. I have to climb the cabinet or get a step stool out in order to reach what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a little discouraging. I mean, it's like, don't do it, just walk away.
Cool. Okay, Jerica.
And by the way, that phone call, I just got into go.
Okay, I'm with Jason. I feel like I need a little bit more time to think about this in depth, but one thing I think as far as like making my dad-based calls in the morning, because I always have an urge to take care of like the to-do list before I get on that. So I was thinking if at the end of my day, making a list of the people that I'm going to call the next day. So I take out the like going through the list and having the anxiety about it and all that. Like making the predetermined list before, at the end of my day. So in the morning, I already know who I'm calling and I kind of already have had time to think about what I'm going to say and that kind of stuff.
Cool. What will that do for you?
I think I can get through the list a lot faster because there's a lot of time spent, caller's remorse or whatever. so I can get through it faster and give myself like maybe 30 minutes to get through that list so that I can get on to do the things that are on my mind. And I don't feel guilty about waiting to get to those people.
Very cool. I would definitely say for me, in the terms of health, it is, to continue doing what I'm doing, which is if I'm going to go to the gym, I need to be dressed in my workout outfit. Because if I'm not, then I find every excuse why not to go and why I don't, right? Oh, I'm running out of time. I got to hurry up and go get Max. By the time I get Max, body pump's already started. Okay, well, I'll just go tomorrow. So it's, laying my clothes out, my workout outfit, but my workout clothes the night before on my dresser. So when I get up, that's what I put on. And making sure that I stop buying the plant-based snacks because they are so full of carbohydrates, even though they're plant-based. And I'm like, oh, it's all good. My nutritionist is like, look at how many carbohydrates they have. So the 20-second rule doesn't really bother me that much because trust me, even if I put them 20 seconds away, I'll go get them. So I think it's just making a rule of no longer buying anything that's not live, meaning fresh. So
As a random thought, since food has come up several times,
Yeah.
Something that has helped me is when I buy those guilty pleasure foods, it's intentional. It's like, hey, I'm going to allow myself to have these because it's preposterous that I'm going to completely eliminate it, knowing my personality type. That's not happening. But if I pre-plan my cheat and go, I have this much budgeted and I know I always have this cheat available, and when am I going to do it? And I allow myself to cheat on that, say it's Dr. Peppers. I've got that many Dr. Peppers for the whole month. I can either drink the whole pack in one day, or I can spread those 12 out over the whole month. But somehow it's given me power over Dr. Pepper where I used to not have that power. So I thought I would share that.
very cool. Gracias. Okay, so then we all have what we're going to do for our 20-second rule, or creating that new habit, that one step to creating the new habit. Just to end it, what I highlighted, the key to creating these habits is ritual, repeated practice until the actions become ingrained in your brain's neural chemistry. And the key to daily practice is to put your desired actions as close to the path of least resistance as humanly possible. Identify the activation energy, the time, the choices, the mental and physical effort they require, and then reduce it. If you can cut the activation energy for those habits that lead to success, even by as little as 20 seconds at a time, it won't be long before you start reaping their benefits. The first step, metaphorically and sometimes literally, is just get your shoes on. So, as always, I am very grateful of you all. I appreciate you all. We've got one principle left, which is principle number 7. We will have that call the week after Mega Camp. Mega Camp's next week. I'll be there. I'll be taking lots of notes for all of you guys to share. And for those of you who are digital or in person, bring your notes as well to share so we can all mastermind together. Okay. Go be
So
fabulous.
that's September 1, is you're saying when the call is.
Is that?
It's Thursday, September 1.
Okay. So then, yes, September 1st. Exactly. Yep.
And I know I missed it because I got on late. So the hypnosis is during that call or individually?
During that call. Yes. I'll start the call with hypnosis. So do not be driving, do not be walking, do not be like, you're gonna want to be comfortable. And for those of you who I have put under even semi, you will probably go out pretty quickly.
And
I
what's
might have to schedule it privately because
You can, yeah, you can schedule it privately if you want.
I'm gonna be on vacation. I don't think
Okay.
I'm gonna have access to internet.
Okay.
And what's the next book that you were talking about doing? Emotional
Intelligence 2.0.
2.0.
Yeah. I think that will be a great book for us all to do together. Creating self-awareness, strategies for self-awareness, strategies for self-management, social awareness, and strategies for that, relationship management. You know, yeah, this could be a game changer for a lot of us. Okay. Very cool. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend and see you at Mega Camp. Bye.